totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Okay, I'm really excited. And before I start, I just want one confession. I didn't like to draw from Google Street or references or whatever. I always avoided it. And of course, I prefer to draw from on location. Once I tried it with you guys 1 year before, I discovered it's really fun. And actually, I can do even more. Sometimes it's even more than on location because you have this perfect tool of zoom in, zoom out, and turn all around. And you can play with your composition, with your point of view. Just really, really something you can do it on location. So it's a really great tool. And okay, I'm trying before I start sketching just to do what I do on location, just kind of walk around, maybe to turn it a bit, to choose my point of view, not just to take the first thing that I do, that I see, and even maybe to do a small thumbnail, like just to think what I want to tell, what will be my sketch about. So I'm doing it here just to put big relationship between tonal and composition and just to plan my scene. It's not necessary, but I also think about my palette. Like I think I will go for some kind of a limited palette and the kind of nostalgic. This spot is the beach where I used to go when I was a child. So for me, it's really different from the Israeli beaches that I sketch, which are very sunny, colorful, and this is kind of a different palette for me. So I also want to transfer the mood. Okay, so now I will start, and I start exactly from the things that I did in the small thumbnail. I will just mark big relationships, okay, and like I will plan my scene, and then I will put my actors on it. So I decided the water will be kind of brownish for me, even if it's not. But I also remember the ground of the river. It's a river, and it was really muddy. I remember the feeling of this place. So for me, it's like really to transfer this feeling. Okay, so I'm working with a watercolor and a bit of white gouache for some. Usually when I'm going on the beach, I bring light materials because it's really really difficult to work with. For example, Posca, they explore like on the beach when it's too warm, right? Did you guys?
Yes, the famous Posca explosion.
Yeah.
Great.
So this is not good for the beach. Not so good.
Maybe I should carry my acrylic markers like in a cooler when I go out in summer.
Yeah, but now I can use them because now I'm at home, so it's good.
Another positive of Street View drawing is that you have everything at your fingertips.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't see what I kind of. Okay, so now I have my scene and I have and now I will start putting people. So I also can decide which people to pick up, like I do in real location. I'm always trying to choose the most interesting characters and not just people that are or in more most interesting postures. Like I decide to put this girl that leaning forward on the foreground, and I even want to make her bigger than she is, because I also want, I think, to give some feeling of depth. So some figures will be big, some figures will be small, and that's where I can also play and to show the space. So I just starting with shape. I also like to play with shapes and lines. And,
So you're kind of going front to back with your figure drawings, just filling the space in.
sorry?
You're doing your composition from front to back.
Yes, I just yeah. Now I'm putting people from front to back, let's say, but it's no rules. Like of course, on real location you can't plan it. You just see someone interesting, and you like a hunter. You put him or her, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's in wrong place, you know. But sometimes you get really great. By accident, like composition, and sometimes it's spoiled, but I prefer to take a chance, because if you don't take a chance, you never get a good sketch. So I also have this Caran d'Ache pastels, you know them. So it's really bright, and they also water soluble, so it's nice for me. Okay, I don't have to finish her. I can move to another figure, and then I maybe put more details. But I want to do it as I do it on a real site, on real location, and not. You never know when people will go, so I try to work fast. Okay. And, this guy is a blue swimming suit.
I just love that big back shape. So good.
It's so much fun to see you draw. It reminds me of when we used to sketch on location together. It's been a while, but it makes me remember Mainz. You remember when we drew in Mainz?
Yes, sure, of course. It was great.
Good times.
And also in Brittany.
Yeah, Bretagne, that was lovely too. I just love, like, your line is just so sure. And it seems that way to me, but it's like, so yeah, like you're not scared at all.
Yeah,
like
that's what when you sketch people, you need to be brave, otherwise you know you don't sketch them. You can't. So you need to do. There's a lot of bad shitty drawings, you know, on the way.
Yeah. And to know that it's okay to make a bad drawing, and to like embrace the wonkiness of the lines, and that's just that's
you need
so
to
much
allow
fun.
yourself to do bad drawings, otherwise you just stay in safe zone, and you don't move. So
Marina, what kind of pastels or crayons were you using?
this is Caran d'Ache Nail Color 2. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Over here, yeah. Is it oil or water?
It's oil, but also aquarelle. Like it can
it
activates with water.
Yeah, it's really good. And their pigments are also very good, so I recommend. I don't have agreement with them, but
yes, Caran d'Ache, please sponsor us.
Yeah,
I love these.
They pay me. Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that's a dream, of course. Yeah, so people think that I'm living on the beach, but I'm not.
Wait, I thought you were. You're not?
Because people say me, you're always on the beach. It seems like you live on the beach. I say, no, I'm not.
Wow.
But I like to sketch on the beach.
I also really like this. Sorry, you were saying something.
Oh, we didn't actually introduce Marina very well. So could you briefly say where you're from and what you do and your whatever else you want to say?
Okay, so originally I born in Belarus and this river near this river.
Oh, wow.
But I live in Israel for last 30 years, and I'm an illustrator, an artist, and I teach sketching, and I addicted to sketching,
Mhm.
especially on the beach.
Cool.
Yeah, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You said it was like your childhood beach.
Yes, yes. So obviously I didn't sketch there, so it's like I fulfilled my dream. Like it's something like I can't be there, but I feel like I went to my past, and now I'm little girl on the beach, and yeah, it's kind of funny.
Mhm. I was looking at some of my childhood beaches after you said that. It's so nostalgic.
Yeah. So I see this building. I think I remember this building. It's just a block, like a real, like a regular block, not a fancy hotel and not fancy coffee shop, just a block where people are living. It's kind of funny because always, usually on the beach, you can see like all kind of hotels. And for me, it's like, okay, it's just neighborhood. People go to the beach.
Just happens to be on the beach.
Yeah. So,
You have a few more questions about your mediums you're using. I see you're switching through a lot. So I see colored pencils, the
yeah.
crayons as discussed.
Color pencils. It's they're also water soluble. It's like watercolor by Faber-Castell.
Faber-Castell.
Yeah. And okay, of course, watercolor. Yeah.
All right. I always love your different textures you use. You're so
Yeah.
pretty.
I like to mix. I don't see what I do. It's difficult to look at the screen. I
Yes.
almost don't look at my paper.
You are doing all right. You are
Yeah,
doing
it's
all
okay.
right.
It's okay. Okay,
It's
I
fantastic.
think I want to put one more figure on the beach, and you need to like it's difficult to sketch not on location from reference because all the figures are kind of frozen, and I want to sketch them as they like alive. So it's good that they are not moving, but it's also bad because that's why like you can put a lot of unnecessary details, because when you're on location you filter, you need to be very fast and you filter your reality because you have to. And now you can sit here for hours and just trace everything you see, and that's not good. You know, that's it could be a problem. So this is something that we need to be aware when you sketch from a reference. I think.
Yeah, that's a reason why we have these pretty strict time.
Yeah, time is very good. Timer is very good. Time limit is it helps us to not to get into details so much.
Budgeting for details.
Yeah. One thing that you should know when you sketch on the beach, don't forget shadows, because it's very sunny usually, and the shadows will give the feeling of sunny weather. So I'll put here some shadows.
Oh, that just changes it so much.
Yeah. Also
shadow shapes are the best.
Yeah.
Also in the water they have reflection. We can leave it to the end. How much time we have?
About 10 minutes, because you gave us an intro.
Okay.
I'll say 10 minutes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you can take less time too.
Yeah, I was about to say that she'll be finished before the 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's better to
No, I can
aggressively
put
filter
as
those
many
details.
people as I have the time. But, you know, it depends on which impression we want to give. Also, if we want to give impression of crowdy beach or a bit calm beach, like relaxed Belarusian beach.
I also really love the color choices that you made, because like what I really notice is that you have like a lot of brown and blue, which I think is always a lovely combination. So like the brown of the water, the brown of the bodies, and the blue sky. But then you have like these other dots of color with the gray and the pink and some green in the background.
Yeah, I think
very nice.
I go for this calm palette, like because I want to bring the feeling of space. But like in Israel, it's very bright. It's the sand is very yellow, and the sky is very blue, and the sea is and the water is blue. It can't be brown. It's never brown. Yeah, but this is really different. Okay, and it's also a good idea to make figures like overlaying one another, like not just standing as in a parade posing for you, just like in real life, they're passing, so we can also try to make this effect.
It's much more dynamic than having everybody spaced.
Yeah, so try to make it natural, to make it I don't know. Right, some Posca. Let's see. Oh, nice.
Oscar time.
Yeah, Posca time. Yeah.
Marina, there's another question from the chat, and it's how fast can you complete a sketch on location?
Yes, it depends, of course, on materials and on the size, and then how much time you. It can be just one figure, so I can do it in 5 minutes if it's just one figure, standing or moving, or it can be something more invested, like half an hour. But more than half an hour, I usually don't have patience. Yeah, something like that. But half an hour, I think it's a good time. Also, not to kill your sketch, because yes. When I go on the beach, I prefer a lighter material. Sometimes just a graphite pencil is okay, or just pen, you know, or colored pencils, something light because it's warm. It's, okay, let's do some people. Of course, when I sketch on the beach, we need to sketch from the memory because people are not standing for us, and the memory is very good filter because we remember only the important stuff, and we give up on unnecessary details. So this is also good, you know, to train yourself. As much as you train yourself, the better, of course, you get. Yeah, let's put someone here. But sometimes I forget to leave a white space, so stop me.
Yeah, those practices of drawing from memory of something you just saw that disappeared is really good. And then those memories and practices make their way into your drawing from reference too. Even though people are there, your hand knows what to do with those shapes.
Yeah, you can do you can give to yourself exercise, like look at some reference and then try to draw it from memory. You know, it's a very good exercise. On the beach, people don't pay attention that you sketch them because they're busy. They're busy. They're sunbathing, or they are sleeping, or they are playing some games. So it's very good place if you want to be like. I just put sunglasses and they. So I think nobody see me. No,
So you
but
got
they
some
notice
tricks up your sleeve.
Hmm?
You've got some tricks up your sleeve so you don't get noticed.
Yes. Put sunglasses. It's a very good way to hide.
Yeah. Sometimes I wear my mask.
Yeah.
I don't want to be perceived.
Yeah.
You're more anonymous.
Want now to work a bit on water to make some, and also to make a more contrast on the foreground. So it will give us some feeling of space a bit.
So how much time do we have left? Like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Question from the chat. Someone was wondering why you use water-soluble materials, but you don't seem to add water to them afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, for now I'm not using this quality, but sometimes I use it when I start with washes of watercolor, and then you put on it pencil or this pastel, and then they made a thicker line, so I like this effect, like to draw on wet background. Not just wetted paper, but on the not dried watercolor. So it's just I don't like to wash, like to do this. I don't like.
Okay.
Sometimes, but
Yeah.
usually not.
There's so many ways to use those tools.
Yeah.
Like I really like wetting my lines that I do just have that effect. You kind of use it, and like dipping it in water or drawing on wet paper, a totally different line. It's like nice and blobby, like you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so it gives us the different quality of line, like.
Ooh, it's so dark.
Yeah, some contrast. I didn't put nothing here, but if maybe if I have time, I will put something here, like half a figure or something, like to give us a feeling of that something is it's continuous, like it's like maybe I will do it.
Finishing touches. It's about 1 minute.
1 minute? Okay.
The pressure is on, but it's already lovely the way it is, I think.
Yes, all that lovely white space.
Yeah, and that cute little leg.
Yeah, that's all what was missing, these legs.
Yeah. The magic leg.
Okay, I'm waiting for opportunity to sketch on the beach with you in real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's please let's have a beach date, a beach drawing date. Tell me where to be. I'll be there.
Okay, tomorrow in Tel Aviv.
Tomorrow a bit difficult, but yeah, I'd love to come someday.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Look forward to it. Okay. Well, thank you, Marina. This is
thank you for listening. I hope it was helpful, and I enjoyed it.
Great.
Yeah.
Glad to hear
I
that.
love to see you sketch. So thank you so much for joining us for this demo.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.